Hello, I'm Dan. This is Vinyl Fury. Welcome back to another one of these vinyl update videos, as we tend to call them here in the VC. Since the last time I did this, last summer, I've actually ended up bringing in quite a few records, more than I anticipated, and more than I have, especially used records, for quite a while. I just tended to end up at record stores more often and found some stuff I was interested in taking home with me. So the batch of records in this video is from a record store that closed down, unfortunately, here in Portland, one of the locations of Everyday Music. It was on Sandy Boulevard. It'd been there a long time. I'd been there many dozens of times. Found some great stuff there. Always loved looking around. And they received notice that they were going to be vacating and the building was going to be coming down. So they had a sale. I think the used stuff when I went last was something like 60, 70% off. It was quite discounted. And I think the new stuff was maybe 50% off. I can't remember at this point, but everything had a healthy discount, especially the used stuff. So I bought some things that I might not have otherwise, especially if I've never heard of it or normally would have been just a little bit too much to take a chance on or whatever. So I got some great stuff. And I did take some pictures of the store while I was there shopping. And then when I came back later and looked through the windows, and basically the ceiling was already coming down. Everything was abandoned pretty much. And there were still fixtures and everything in there, and actually a lot of CDs. All the vinyl was gone, but it wasn't all vacated. And then just last week I walked by and there's only one wall of the building left. It's being demolished currently. So if I remember, I'll put some of those pictures in here. So first, I'm pretty sure I've had this before, but for some reason during one of the mini purges, I got rid of a few of the Pat Metheny records that I have had. But I found this copy, which is a German pressing of American Garage. And from what I can tell, it's an original, although the cover and the vinyl look very new. There is a cutout here. But yeah, from what I can tell, it's an original German pressing of this ECM record. And with that discount, it was a kind of a no-brainer to get this again, especially this pressing. It sounded great. I do enjoy Pat Metheny. That ECM sound is very enjoyable to me. Another ECM, this is Ralph Towner, Solstice, Sound and Shadows. And this is not a perfect copy of this, but, more great ECM vibes. I've had a few Ralph Towner records over the years. And here's another one, this one with Gary Burton, who I also have several records from. Another ECM, it's called Matchbook, 1975. This is also a German press. And I wasn't too sure about this at the beginning, the first track, but it grew on me and it sounds really good. I remember the mix was just very vivid and the elements were like trading focus in the mix. It was engaging. It's a good find. I don't remember what those ended up costing with the discount, but they started at 10 or 15, I think, so very affordable for good quality ECM stuff. Eric Tingstad, Acoustic Solos, Urban Guitar. So when I saw this cover, I thought, yes, I am very much interested in this. 1984 Cheshire Records, which I hadn't heard before, but obviously trying to evoke the ECM Windham Hill vibe. And I enjoyed that solo acoustic guitar right away. Very enjoyable listen. And great condition, too, on this copy. And here's another pretty great album from Yellow Jackets. This is Politics from 1988 on MCA Records. Jazz fusion, one of those layered conceptual covers from the 80s that I just really adore. I went for this right away. It probably ended up being $1. Great jazz fusion. And I believe this won a Grammy for the best jazz fusion performance, which is pretty great. And Yellow Jackets are still together. Pretty awesome. So when I saw this, I had a very good feeling about it. It just looked very inviting. The aesthetic was very on point. And I'd never heard of him before, but this is Peter Cater, and this album is called Spirit on Rado Records. And I believe this is his first album. And it's all piano music, and it's really beautiful. It's very well done. He's an excellent player. This is from 1984. It's a very 80s cover, but the sound of it is quite classic. And it sounded really good. It's just really good composition on these tracks. And yeah, it turned out to be an excellent find. This was sealed, and so I played it for the first time. It was great. And Peter is still active, still plays. He's even on Instagram. And when I posted about this, we had a short bit of engagement, which is cool. I also found Two Hearts by him. This one is still sealed. I haven't listened to it yet, but I very much look forward to it. Figured I would go ahead and show it. Anyway, this is the only record that was new and sealed that I bought while I was there. But with that discount, the price made it just too good to leave. This is Blackened Cities by Melanie DeBiasio. And if you saw my vinyl tag recently, I showed her album No Deal, which was a piece of BCLT, a gift that I got many years ago and really enjoyed. And I've heard some of her other stuff since then. I do believe I had a download of this, or I at least listened to it at some point previously, but I don't even know if I've seen it on vinyl. But it's one track, which is 24 minutes long. I remember seeing this come out, but I don't remember ever listening to it. And this was the successor to No Deal. And it just, the sound of it was so organic and alive and real and dynamic. It was really cool. Yeah, she's very talented, making some really great pieces of music, and this is one of them. Glad I found it, and it was a great deal. This is Jean-Pierre Humez, I assume. The Nimble Fingers of Jean-Pierre Humez. Cover I found kind of interesting. Doesn't have pants on, playing guitar. And it sounds a little rough, but the music is kind of just what I expected. Good enough to keep for now. Yeah, just kind of an odd cover there. And finally, a record that I've never owned, I've seen numerous times, over and over again. The cover is iconic, the album is iconic, and it's the first time I've owned it. This is a original US pressing of Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield, and quite honestly, I had never even listened to it before. I didn't know what it sounded like. Probably why I didn't pick it up for such a long time. Same with It's a Beautiful Day, which I showed in the vinyl tag. That's still in the inbox. Haven't listened to it yet, but it's another one that I've just seen so many times, and I don't really know about it. But this is very cool music. I get it. It's not quite what I was expecting, but mostly. And I still don't even know if I could really explain the sound of it totally, but he played all the instruments. He was only 19 years old. I believe the theme from The Exorcist is in here. And it's the first album to be released on Virgin Records, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, finally have Tubular Bells in the collection. So that's everything that I've listened to and decided to keep from that Everyday Music haul. There was like 25 records, and I don't think I've listened to them all yet, and a few of them I didn't keep. But it was absolutely worth going through and gathering up one more armful of records before that place closed. Sad to see that happen. It's probably going to be replaced with a giant housing complex that has been happening all over Portland the last few years. There's still one more Everyday Music downtown. I'll have to make that trip more often. But we do have a lot of great record stores in this city still. One of them I just visited for the first time recently and had a great experience, and that will be in another upcoming video. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. There's been a handful of new subscribers since that vinyl tag video, so if that's you, hello. Thanks for being here. And I watched Noble Records' version of the vinyl tag, and I got intrigued about his almost entirely different set of questions. And I've been making notes, and I just might do another one. So, we'll see. But tonight, I am going to try to do at least one more video. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care and enjoy your music.